Welcome back to the weekend preview. Still 6 games to come. Let's remind you of the fixtures to look forward to for match week 4. It all begins with that London derby at Stamford Bridge between Chelsea and Crystal Palace. Brighton and Hove Albion travel to Everton, where they've never won at Goodison Park before. It's Leeds against Manchester City. That should be entertaining. Newcastle face Burnley. It's Leicester West Ham on Sunday. A full packed fixture list on Sunday. Saints play West Bromwich Albion. Sheffield United travel to the Emirates. Wolves face Fulham, and it's Manchester United against Tottenham, and then Aston Villa versus Liverpool is the last game before the international break. We're very much looking forward to that one. So that is the last game before the international break then, and both sides go into the game with perfect records. Something's got to give. Let's get the thoughts of Jurgen Klopp, but first, Dean Smith.
The champions, everybody's beatable on the day. We just got beat by a championship team, so everybody is beatable. But you just look at their cumulative record over the last 2 seasons, and it's been incredible, the points tally that they've got. Them and Manchester City have been way out ahead of everybody over the last 2-3 years. So really, really tough game, and they've had a good start to the season. But there's no reason why we can't. I feel that we're more athletic, more robust than the team that faced Liverpool last season.
If we really want to attack the title this year, we have to improve, because all the others will improve as well. And I really think that the Premier League clubs did, from a football point of view, a really, really good business so far. So how I see it, all teams got stronger during the transfer period with the signings they made. And Aston Villa is one of these teams, 100%. I think Traoré and Barkley are 2 top signings, which will really help them. Other teams like Everton improved massively and all these kind of things. So we have to improve that we can be in a similar position as last year. Otherwise, we have no chance. That's completely normal. So it's not new for us. We that's the need we know about since I'm in. Actually, it has nothing to do with the position in the last year's table. It's just the situation. Other teams will improve, and if you want to improve your own situation, you have to make big steps, and that's what we try.
So Aston Villa against Liverpool at Villa Park. Aston Villa are actually on the longest unbeaten run in the league. 6 games, longer than Liverpool.
Jules.
Yeah,
good start.
I know, but they face Liverpool this weekend. Do you give them a chance, Tim?
I think it'd be very difficult for them. Do I give them a chance? Not really. I think Liverpool are head and shoulders above everyone. We've seen a lot of interviews here today, and they're really true what the managers are saying. Don't judge yet, but we get paid to judge, so we have to. So what I'm saying is Liverpool are, on evidence what I've seen, head and shoulders above any other team this season.
People are talking, Tim.
That even though Villa haven't been beat yet, this is a step too far for them.
There's some people talking about a vulnerability with Liverpool because there's high press, spacing behind. They've averaged 3 goals a game, Chelsea, Leeds and Arsenal. Scoring 9 goals in those 3 games. They press high, they nick the ball high up the park. That allows them to be so creative, so aggressive. They are going to be a bit vulnerable behind, but I just don't understand the vulnerability with Liverpool. Just people trying to look for a fault on this side.
There's a bit of that, yeah. And also I think it's maybe just, we saw it the other night, while that high press will very occasionally lead to moments of sloppiness, as Roy Keane might say, for like the Mane goal, or the Lacazette goal. The net benefit is just so much greater, and for the most part, they're giving opposition teams so many more problems. So it is just worth the risk, if you want to call it.
It's hard. It's really hard not to have them sloppy moments in games when you're so dominant all of the time. You have to keep checking yourself to not get bored with the situation. I know that sounds crazy, but they are so good. And they've made Jota. It's a fantastic signing. We saw his goal there. It's a great signing from Wolves. Thiago, we know he's going to be self-isolating because he's tested positive for COVID-19, unfortunately for him and for Liverpool. But they've got so many players, you don't know what team he's going to pick, Is he going to drop another kid in? Is Williams going to play right back? Is it going to be Trent? He's got so many options what he can use. And I think he respects every team he plays against, but they play, go back to it, they play with an identity.
Do you think with Thiago, when he's back, because they play such a high tempo, high pace, sometimes you need somebody who can just put the foot on the ball and slow it down. So if teams just sit back, he's the difference. It's such a great signing. Could he be the most important signing in the Premier League this season?
Wow. I would say so. In fact, in our season preview, I had him down as the best signing of summer because I think he improves Liverpool in 2 ways. First of all, he's that kind of classic new face that just changes the chemistry of a team and prevents it kind of everyone getting to know each other a bit too much or kind of gone a little bit stale. And secondly, he gives them something different that they didn't have. I mean, you could argue even for Liverpool's last 2 years and have been that good, that their defensive players have basically been the 2 centre halves and the 2 central midfielders because of what the 2 central midfielders do. Whereas Thiago now, he's a different option in the middle and allows them to play that slightly different way.
I think when Man City was so far ahead, and they were winning everything, and Liverpool just couldn't get near them. It's because they could change the way they played. Man City could counter-attack as good as Liverpool could. Yeah. But they also could change. They could keep the ball. And they rest in possession of the ball. Yeah. And it rests their legs. And I think Thiago helps Liverpool be able to do that now. He gets the ball in tight areas. He keeps possession of the football. They can go expansive and they can make the opposition chase it without playing 100 mile an hour like Liverpool are accustomed to playing.
One thing that Jurgen Klopp has drilled into this Liverpool side, I think, and you can see it from watching them, particularly in that game against Arsenal, Andrew Robertson makes the mistake that leads to the Arsenal goal. But then look at him down the other end of the pitch. There was nothing that was going to stop him scoring a goal to make up for his mistake. And it's that mentality, isn't it? That you just do not lose games if you play for Liverpool.
But where's that mentality come from? From the top, from the manager. The manager is a gifted manager who plays with people's minds. He's got every single person eating out of his hand. Players, which is the most important because they want to play for him. The fans, when they come back, they're watching at home. They love him. The press, these guys. He's got everyone. He manipulates everyone to the way he wants to think. And he's not frightened to dig people out when he doesn't agree. I love him.
Aston Villa, Ross Barkley, that midfield 3 now, you would say.
Good signing.
McGinn, Barkley, Grealish. If they play as a 3, I'm not sure they will. You know Villa better than me. But they've got options now. And that's why, for a Villa fan, you think, oof, got half a chance here.
And we were saying off there, basically, you just... for one thing, it brings up the overall quality of that team, of the squad. But also, I mean, I remember last season, I think one of the issues with Villa was, especially, not so much towards the end, but for a long stretch of the season, it felt like their one attacking weapon was Grealish, basically. And often he was too far away from goal to really hurt teams. Whereas now, I mean, first of all, he got someone alongside him, Barkley, but also just bring the team up a lot as well and give them more of a weapon.
Yeah. Martinez has been a massive plus for him. I think he struggled in the goalkeeping area, and I think he's helped settle down Mings, and the centre backs there. They've got McGinn back, but this boy Grealish is
brilliant.
It's just a different level. He plays. He drifts the ball, takes it right to the heart of the defence, creates a melee, and finds the spare man. I mean, it's a key component to everything they're trying to achieve there at Aston Villa.
There's lots of positivity for Aston Villa at the moment. We talk about some of their new signings, Grealish signing that new contract, Ollie Watkins coming in to bolster that attack, as you've mentioned, Miguel. Whereas even 3 weeks ago when the season was just beginning, a lot of people would have had them in the bottom 3.
Who would do that?
I don't know. But now when you look at it, there's lots of positivity around Villa. They're yet to concede this season. Well,
absolutely. And if you even go back further than pre-season. But, I mean, that could be one of those, without getting ahead of ourselves or really kind of going over the top on Villa, but say staying up last season, that final day, which in the last few minutes went quite tight, that could be one of those knife-edge moments because they gone down.
Sliding doors.
Yeah, exactly. I think, and there was big questions about the recruitment last season, whereas now suddenly everything looks so much more healthy. I would think they'd avoid a relegation battle, and I think they've got more about them. I don't think they'll get a result off Liverpool though. I think Liverpool would have to have a very unlucky day.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think they get a result this weekend. I think the 100% record will go.
Was it last year when somebody scored the last minute? Do you remember that game?
That's basically when Liverpool won the title that day.
Yeah.
Good memory, Robbie. I'm impressed.
Knowledge, Jules.
Where do you think they'll finish this season, Villa?
I think they'll be. I don't think they'll be biting their nails right to the end this year. I think they'll be safe with possibly a month to go. So you'd have to say that.